So here's today's rental. This is the GLC 300 from Mercedes-Benz. I think this is the first premium rental I've had in maybe 18 months, and it is well worth the wait. Let me take you inside real quick. I'm working on the full review right now, but I just had to share this thing because there's so much cool stuff. All right, let's turn her on. All right, so I think my favorite thing is just all of the controls on this thing. I mean, there's so much for you to interact with while you're driving the vehicle. So here's the steering wheel setup. You have two separate control systems, right? And these are kind of like a touchpad. So this controls the gauge cluster. This right here controls the center display. Let me show you the gauge cluster first. So I'm going to press the home button so we get out of the Bluetooth menu that I was playing around with. And then I'm just going to swipe my thumb back and forth, and that will move the display. Look at that, it's beautiful. And if we want to go into one of those menus, we just have to press the button right there. So let's go into the trip screen, and then there's additional information there, and we can swipe up or down to go through all the menus. I don't know, it's pretty neat. Let's go back to home. Now, on my phone, recording on my phone right now, the display is flickering a little bit, but that's just because the phone and the screen right here don't play well together. In real life, it's gorgeous. You can clearly see everything while you're driving. It's a crisp display, and I'm kind of obsessed with it. So kind of a touchpad control right here to interact with the gauge cluster. Similar to controls right here to interact with this big display. Actually, there's three ways you can control this display. So same control here, so you can swipe to move through the menus. You got a big touchpad right here, so you can do the same, right, to manipulate things. Press the touchpad itself to select one of the menu structures, or you have a home button up here and a back button that you can use as well, and a button to control the track. Or it's a touchscreen, so you can actually physically move the menus around. There is so much on this. Let me just show you one quick thing. So you have info about the car itself. I mean, look at all that. Information about the engine, information about the vehicle, and you can actually search through the owner's manual if you want to. It does take a second to load, but to be honest, I had to go through this quite a bit because there's just too many buttons for me to figure out on my own. And then, let's see, one more thing. You can see your miles per gallon. So right now I'm getting 15.8, which is not that great, but I've been driving pretty aggressively because this thing has quite a bit of power. So great controls. I especially like that you can manipulate something like the radio. Hold on, it's going to get loud for a second. Without actually going into the menu structure itself. So I can use this to shift through all the presets on the radio without having to actually go into the menu itself. And I'm going to turn that off. I do not want to listen to that. So this is just beautiful. Wonderful gauge cluster, huge screen with some pretty fun controls. And then look at all this. I think this is kind of nuts. Door latch, door locks, window controls, side view mirror controls. They fold in and out. That's kind of fun. You have your seat controls, so memory seat options right here, heated seat controls right here, and then you can adjust the headrest electronically. You can recline electronically. You can move the seat forward and backward electronically. And then this weird control right here, which I don't know, I'm kind of falling in love with. So this will adjust how long the seat is itself. Let me show you. So I'm just going to push this forward and backward, and you'll watch. The seat actually gets bigger or gets smaller to fit you perfectly. So you can really manipulate this thing quite a bit to get it super comfortable. And there's one more control for the seat. Let me turn the car off. Down here is the lumbar support, so you can even adjust the seat that much further. Let me take you in the back seat real quick. So not a whole lot of excitement back here, but you can definitely tell this car is made out of premium material. So super soft leather. The pockets on the back have elastic on them, so I can fold out pretty big, and then I can snap it back into place, which is kind of nice because then it just looks like a plastic panel on the seat. You have some controls down here. Look at this. Oops. 2-prong power port. Standard power port right there. Kind of fun. Also, center armrest opens up. This is kind of a plush carpet-like material. And then some pretty fun cup holders that kind of pop out. And then, I know most of you don't care about car seat anchors, but I don't know. It's my thing. This kind of looks like a cheap material, but it's actually a really soft, rubbery material. And then you just push it back to reveal the car seat anchor. So it's always accessible. It makes it really easy to install a car seat back here. I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. And then, last thing I want to show you. Let's open up the hood. So it's a red control under here. See if I can do this one-handed. I can find the latch. I can, look at that. And then hydraulics to keep the hood up. I mean, this car is brand new. It's only got a couple 100 miles on it, so this still looks just beautiful. And then we can pull up this plastic covering too, so you can get a better view. Kind of beautiful. Make sure that doesn't rattle around while I'm driving around today. Close up the hood. So, all in all, I think this is one of my more exciting rentals in quite some time. And hopefully I'll have a full review up in a couple of days so I can share all the cool stuff about the GLC 300. So Enterprise considers this a premium rental, so it costs me a bit of money. This is going to be about $70 for the day, including some Enterprise points that I already dished out. But it is well worth it. There's just so much fun stuff to play around with, and driving this thing, oh man, I can't wait to share. It is so fast, and the handling is just amazing. Anyway, just a quick preview. Thanks for joining me, and hopefully I'll have a full review up in a couple of days. Thanks. Comment below, and let me know if there's something you want me to focus on. I'm happy to do it. See you soon.